Good morning, everybody. It's PDF44, and I want to talk about sacrificing as it pertains to doing things that may not be as comfortable, or putting yourself in a position to maybe let go of some things that may feel good for the betterment of your situation. Um, yeah, do so. See the fruit in doing so. Find it in yourself to desire the strength to let go of certain things that need to be let go of, because that was a mistake I believe I made in my life. I've always understood the necessary need to sacrifice, but I never took it upon myself as a whole, as a person, to desire the strength to sacrifice. I would always say, man, I know sacrificing is necessary, but I don't want to do it. Well, you got to attack the want. A lot of times it's the want that you need to attack. A lot of times it's that thing in you that makes bad decisions that needs to be addressed. It's not the decisions themselves. For example, if you have a bad habit of spending more money is not your solution. Discipline, budgeting, learning physical responsibility, and having financial knowledge and how to use your money is what you need. More money is just more for you to lose with these bad habits. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. Just attack the decision making first. If you have an issue, if you're the type of person who has an addiction, get to the root of why you would decide to not fight what needs to be fought. Attack that aspect of it. If you're the type of person who always goes toward bad relationships, your solution may not to be to stay out of relationships, but your solution may be finding out why it is that you choose the people that you choose, or attract the people that you attract. Find the root of your issue. Sometimes we try to just cut the hair. Now you got to get to that root. You got to get out from underneath that. You got to get underneath the circumstance in order to really address it and annihilate what's hampering your life, what's bringing you down, or what have you. So for me, I got a few things I need to address, and sacrificing and being more willful about what I'm doing, being more thorough, obviously, as all of you know, being more prepared when I get on camera to know what I'm talking about, to have words, to have studied, to have done the research and the homework to make yourself appear more knowledgeable than you even are. You got to do the homework so you can know what you're talking about. It's basically what I'm saying. If you're me, that's one of my things, and I have several things that I need to address. But just making sacrifices over the last couple of years for me. I was going through a lot of things personally in my life, and because of it, I wasn't making good decisions. And maybe growing up, things that worked no longer work anymore. But if you have the habits and you haven't addressed the need to change your ways, or what it is that keeps you from wanting to change your ways, then your ways will remain the same, and you'll find yourself with the circumstances and the consequences that you want to stay away from. And that's where I'm at. I'm facing consequences of behavior that should have been addressed in the past. And that I chose, the reason why I chose to make those decisions is what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. And it's okay to talk to somebody. It's okay to get help if that's what's necessary, or to confide in people, or even get a journal or what have you. One of the things that I find works for me, of course, I've mentioned meditation, writing, poetry, obviously my playlist, curation project that I've been working on for a couple of years. That's something that's a great deal of peace for me. But peace isn't just the solution. What's the solution is getting rid of the anxiety, the fear, the bad decision making, the root of why those decisions are made, or whatever your issue may be. If it's addiction, or if it's just whatever it may be. There are so many different things that the human mind can face, and trauma can back you into some bad decisions, and even sometimes our homes, the way we're raised, can back us into some bad situations, and we have to unlearn some things. So maybe that's a little bit of it for myself as well, unlearning a few things that worked for me in the past and no longer will work going forward. How do I change? How do I put myself in a position to to not only do what needs to be done, but to assure that the decision making going forward is better. So, I'm trying to sort some things out in my life. I'm trying to sort some things out in my decision making, my habits, and just to desire to sacrifice, not just being comfortable with saying what I'm comfortable with, but more so attacking that I'm comfortable doing things that don't help me. Don't stop at, well, this is just the way I am, because you have to face the consequences, and others around you, the people that rely upon you, have to face the consequences of your shortcomings. Attack those shortcomings head on. Attack what needs to be attacked. Address what needs to be addressed. And you will find a happier tomorrow, or at least a more stable one. So throughout all I've gone through and everything that I've done, responsibility, realization of what you're doing to yourself if you're harming yourself, as opposed to being angry at others who've done whatever they've done, or being angry at your past self for mistakes that you made that you are no longer in a position to really do anything about. You just got to make good decisions from here. And a part of making those decisions is being balanced within yourself, having both accountability and a sense of sensitivity for what you've gone through and for why it is that you are the way you are. So find that balance, people. I'm looking for balance. I'm searching for it. I think that's an everlasting thing that never goes away. It's always going to be something to ask for. There's always going to be something to want. But to align your wants with what's best for you is what ultimately will help everybody, including yourself. Aligning your wants with what it is that's best. And sometimes we don't want what's best for us, or maybe confused about that. And that's okay. But what's not okay is continuing down a path that's no good for you, complaining about that path, and then not attaching some sense of consciousness to the root of those decisions and why you made those decisions in the first place. So that sums up everything I want to say. Make your sacrifices if necessary. Desire to sacrifice because it's fruitful and it's better for you. But understanding that in sacrificing comes a certain level of uncomfort. So attach yourself to some understanding and some belief that even though you may be a little uncomfortable right now in the moment, once you make this sacrifice and once you start getting in the rhythm of making those sacrifices, with every passing moment, with every passing day, you'll get a little bit stronger and a little bit more used to what it is that you're giving up. And then most importantly, you'll start to see what you're sacrificing start to pile up into something that's really good for you. You'll start to see those sacrifices pay off, and you'll start to see that grow. So be excited about your lives, people. Don't give up. I've thought about giving up many times, and it would have left me in a position to never make a video like this, and never be in a position to figure out what's wrong. And then most importantly, you leave other people to clean up your mess, which if you're not somebody that's, just devoid of feeling, then you probably don't want to burden people with anything that you may not have addressed. So especially for people who have families, you owe it to them and to yourself to find out why you make certain decisions, and then to attack that aspect of your personality, so that you can be better. So that's what it's all about. This is not an NBA video for those who are looking for NBA stuff. You're like, I don't need life advice from this guy. That's cool, but this is going to help somebody, so I felt it was necessary. And yeah, that's all I have to say. BDF44, take care, love yourselves, and know that there is a solution. See, that's the whole point. I can't get off of here without saying there is a solution. I haven't found it, but I've seen other people pull themselves out of holes much worse than the one I found myself in. There's a solution for your problems. But the way to assure that you never have to find a solution for this problem again is to find out why you found yourself in this place in the first place. Yep, that's it. Take care, everybody.